Welcome everyone. This is a webinar on registering your users in the Qualitrack provider portal. Today we're going to show you how to add new users to the group that has been created for you. As soon as you log into the THMS portal, this is the screen that you'll see. You'll see a list of all of your authorization reviews, and this will be your home page when you start working in the system. Once you get here, if you click on the User Management tab, and I just want to point out to you that we're using a test system today because we wanted to be sure and protect the data of any of the people involved in our system. So you'll see different tabs and slightly different labels, but just so you know, on your end, you'll see User Management, and that's where you go. What you see in front of you are 3 users that have already been added to the system. When you're here to add another user, you just click Add User, and you'll be taken to the Add User screen. On this screen, you're going to add the user's demographic information. Their first name and last name are required, as well as a username and other pieces of data. The username and the email address need to be unique in our system. So if you add a user and then deactivate a user later and try to use that same username or email address again, the system will not let you do that. So keep that in mind as you're creating usernames. Make them as unique as you can so that in future times you'll be able to add users without any issues. We're adding an address, which is required, as well as the city, state, and zip. You'll need to add a phone number, at least one phone number. And you'll see as we're typing in that you do not need to add the dashes. It's just the numbers. And then as you come down to the bottom of the screen, you'll see your group listed here. This is the power of the system. This adds the user specifically to your group so that multiple users can see the authorizations entered for multiple patients all within your group. So it provides you a lot of access to the requests that you've made. You click Save here, and your user is added to the system. If you look at the top right part of the screen here, once your user is added, it gives you the opportunity to edit, reset their password, or deactivate the account. Once you create a user, if you click the Reset Password button there, it confirms that you do want to reset the password. You say yes, then on your next screen, you'll see a new password for that user. So every time you create a new user, you want to be sure that you reset the password and then give the user this password. Just like all of the security admins that have received a password from Telligen, when your user logs in for the first time with this new username and password, they'll be asked to change their password. So even at that point, you won't have their correct password. It will show up to you as asterisks. The other thing I want to point out here is that if you see that you've made a mistake, you can click the Edit button and go in and change any of the information that you've entered there, except for the username. And then if for some reason the person that you've created a user for is no longer with your organization or moves to a different role, you can always deactivate the account by clicking Deactivate and confirming that. And that's the simple process of adding a user to your user group for the provider portal. Now you can see your list of users. There's the user that we just added, the June user. If you need to come in and edit that user at any time, just click on that name in the list, and it'll open up, and you have all your editing options. Thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions, please contact us at qualitrack@telligen.com.